another thing I was going to ask you, which is, and you're very good with it, you're very good at making people feel very welcome. Pranks to bartenders.
So much fun. So much fun.
So I've got a good story with you, but what was the greatest prank you've pulled off?
Probably wouldn't say it is the greatest prank, but the one that I enjoyed the most was my ongoing prank war with Marco.
Oh.
And it was basically...
yeah, when you nearly blind someone. It's
no, I'm not talking about that. That's a story for another episode. I'm talking about when Marco used to leave his key fob on the bar, so that way when he went home, he didn't lose it. So every time I started before him, or he left before I did, and he left it on the bar, that meant game on. I'm hiding it somewhere brand new.
That was actually very fun.
And then there were times where I'd like accidentally leave my bar blade or something like on the bar that you need for everyday use. And so he would just then go, oh, well, that's Sam's. I'm hiding that back. So I think and obviously, like, I wouldn't be too mean about it. I'd hide it and then send a photo clue to him and be like, good luck finding this one. And I think my favorite one was when I climbed up onto the bar and I just put his key on top of the security camera. So
wait, which one? The one by the entrance?
The one by the back door into the back house.
That was a good one. I remember another good spot.
I put it up there, and I come in, and he's like, still hasn't found it, and he's like, mate, what the fuck is my key? And I'm like, it's always watching over you, mate. And he's just like, the hell does that mean? And so I just told him where it was, but getting the security footage from the camera of him just like going up there like. Face right in the camera. It was just so funny. You told me that
story because I didn't think about this story for years, but I remember because I was quite new when you guys started doing that, and I thought it was quite entertaining. But the worst one you done to me, I hated it. I mean, we've done a lot of pranks on each other, but this was like Sunday, so it was deep cleaning day. Most of us are probably hungover, and I was cleaning the bottle display, and No, I wasn't using a ladder. I was just on top of the bath, I think. And Sam likes to prank because you're a bit of a cunt. I remember all of a sudden you grab proper scoop of crushed ice, like a proper scoop, like you're about to make a bloody frozen cocktail. And then you don't get my trousers open. You actually bloody open my trousers and my boxers and you shove it right in there.
It's just a lucky grip.
Mate, what do you mean lucky grip?
It's just a lucky grip. I just put my hand on.
It's because I always wear a belt. Mate, I remember I just was like, and then I go to the back of house area and it's so cold and then it gets in and then I clench and that was the worst thing I ever done in my life, mate. I probably even have scratches of it. That was so bad. But it's very important to do pranks. What I do
is it brings people into the fold, like someone who's on the outside, like he or she start to feel a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
And you get people who are quiet being more open, becoming more confident, and just showing a bit more of their own personality. Which,
and you see, you want to
have fun at the end of the day is all you're trying to get to do with, just doesn't know your colleagues and who they are.
Yeah, some might take it as bullying, but I think they're not seeing the big picture of it. My favourites, is the typical like, oh, can you count the coffee beans for us? And I've had someone who did count. This guy Benji done a great prank on a bartender. He said, I think you heard the story where he needed to. So the way we do a stock count, we had this like barcode scanner, and he said like you need to scan every single product we have. And apparently this bartender was doing it for ages. It was such a funny prank from Benji. I loved it. It was one of my favourite pranks. But one I used to love doing, and this is what I used to do in the restaurant, was so when you have the coffee machine, and when you take the old coffee out,
the fake brownie.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, when you take the old coffee off the handle and you bang it out, a lot of times the coffee will look perfectly in a nice circle shape where it looks like a brownie. So I used to get a lot of people who were coming in late. I'm like, all right, let's teach him a lesson. So I'm not going to mention his name, but I'm going to give his nickname. So Dr. House. It was the last hire I think I've ever made for the bar of my old place, but he was quite good. You do whatever you ask him to do, but you used to always come late. So one time I get the coffee, I put it on a plate, it comes out perfect. I'm like, let me go more into detail. I get mayonnaise, I put mayonnaise all around it, I put rose petals, so it looks like this nice creamy chocolate brownie. And then I've got a plate and a spoon. And then I look at him and I just walk past. And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, I'm not going to tell him. But then I'm like, look, I shouldn't be giving you this. This is the new special of our desserts, all right? Try it, but don't tell no one I'm giving this to you. He's like, cool. So he gets a spoon, and he gets a spoon just of coffee, but then he gets the mayonnaise as well. It was so funny. He was like 20 minutes putting his mouth underwater, and every day I saw him, he never came late again.
I did the same thing to when I worked in a restaurant. Had this one bartender, she always came late. And every time, like, we used to have a little plate of brownies to go with hot drinks. So the brownie would be cut up into small little cubes. Every day she'd come in late, walk straight to the brownies, grab a piece, eat it. So one day we swapped the brownies with coffee.
Yeah.
Chop them up, put not just one there, we put a bunch of them so it looks like there's a lot of pieces. She comes in, grabs it, almost throws up at the pass on the bar. But man, from that day forward, she always came in on, like, she was quite late often, but she never came in directly to the brownies and ate a piece. She'd always come in and be like, oh, the brownie's safe.
Do you know what's funny? You know when people come in late and they get a bit used to it, or my favourite is when they come like 2 minutes before they open and they clock themselves in before they like even get changed. So I was AGM at the time. This waiter, she comes to me. It's like 3:59 or something. She was thinking I have 4 to close, and she goes, "Oh, can you clock me in?" I was like, "Hey, no, starting, man. Like, no,
you're not in uniform. You're not even ready to work. No, you're not getting clocked in early."
But like I said, this is why I really can't wait until we get a lot more. And I'm already seeing a lot of people becoming bartenders. Like, they don't realize how fun our job is at times. Like, yes, it's really hard work. The Friday, Saturdays will be intense, but then once you're done, you could go home and do rest, knowing you've done a great job, or you're going to go out, have a lot of fun. And this is why a lot of us became bartenders. It was like, from how we started, like throwing house parties in our house. I used to think my kind of parties in my house would suck. Everyone said they were great. And I realized I would never really enjoy my parties because I was just making sure, okay, have we got enough drinks? Have we got enough food? Is this clean? And then you kind of get like organizing your own venue. The one that got me more into it, which is what I wanted to tell you, was my 17th birthday.